college student.
I used to sell and market times, and I actually have job satisfaction now. So even on the days that it's bad, I just remind myself how much I love my work, and the next day it's gonna be better.
She was like, please do the scene. I was like, I'm not doing no fucking porn. What you make at your regular job for 45 minutes of doing what you did at home for free an hour ago. So I was like, okay, let's do that.
He was my first scene in the business.
It was so bad I didn't want to work with her for like 3 years after that.
But 3 years later, he worked with me.
And then it went well.
And then it went well.
And now we're married.
I'm actually really super excited for this particular fight. This is very new to me. I don't know, it's just something I wanted to tap into, have a lot of fun, be a little sexy, and I was like, shit, let's do it. Okay, so where was I at? I forgot. I was born in New Delhi. I came to America when I was 8 months old. I was adopted by a very religious family. They adopted 4 of us, and they had 3 of their own, so. They're older, they're really involved in the church, so they're not really aware of the extent of what I do and who I am. Yeah, I think she just had this idea that we were gonna come, we were gonna be, you know, good Indian little kids. We were gonna go to school like a normal Indian kid that comes from India. And I remember my mom looking at my brother and I, and she looked at my brother and goes, you were supposed to be my engineer. And then she goes, you were supposed to be my doctor. And I just go, well, I'm a doctor of love. And she didn't like that too much. Everything seemed okay. So 15 and pregnant, 93. I remember they had pregnant schools, and they would ship all the pregnant girls to this one school. We'd all come in on buses, and we would go to school there until we had our kids, and then we'd go back to school. So definitely a different world than it is now. I look back, but I did it. It was kind of forced upon me to grow up really fast. So I went from being 15 to a parent.
You ready? All right, hands up.
And so it's rough, you know, trying to work and be a single parent. I remember I was looking at ads, and I was like, topless dancers. All right, I'm gonna go try this out, so.
Priya Rai, she's at Cheerleaders in the Strip District, and you're gonna be here for 2 shows tonight.
Yes.
And 2 shows tomorrow.
No. Stripping for me, you know, you don't know what you're gonna come in there and make in the hustle. And I was just, you know, being the little wild child at work. I would be partying instead of working. And like, I just remember the girls in the back, I'd be rolling around on the floor and they'd be like, girl, why don't you just go become a porn star? What the hell, down here? So I lived in Phoenix, Arizona. I was in the circle of Jenna Jameson. So I would go to all the parties and I would talk to people. And I remember I was in the pool talking to this guy. And I was like, I want to be an actress. And thought about doing, he's like, honey, you don't look like an actress. He's like, you look like a porn star. And back then, my tits were bigger than they are now. And I don't know, I always had this thing. It's always been in the back of my head, but I was always too chicken shit to really do it. And I'm like, you're a year away from being 30, bitch. Like, if you're gonna do it, do it. Here's the perfect opportunity. Niche of being, there are no East Indian American porn stars. You know, there was a lot more going I was doing, because guess what? He's not paying my bills, and he's probably not paying for his porn either, so.
Yeah, doing good? All right.
I had to deal with that within the first year, but I think within the first to second year, it kind of calmed down and people began to love me.
Who the fuck is that?
What the fuck is she wearing?
Actually making hardcore movies, I went in at 29. Like, oh, I'm gonna have fun today.
Licorice bra.
There were a couple scenes in the beginning of my career that taught me a lot sexually about myself.
Take a breath. Where is water at?
Spot
was hard for me because I had kids. So what I would do is I would get up at 7 a.m., get on a flight, come to LA, be in hair and makeup by 8:30. How I managed a career for the first 2 years. I was going back and forth almost every other day. My daughter and I have a very good relationship. But it got to a point she'd be at high school and she'd just like tell everybody, my mom's Priya, my mom's Priya. I'm like, stop it. Because I had all these boys at my door, you know? I was like, do you want them to come over for you or me? Like, just stop it.
All right, here we go, guys. Round one. Oh shit, oh shit.
My son, he is now in college and he's doing well. I think for a couple of years, it really affected our relationship because he was going through puberty and I probably ruined it for him, but now it's like we kind of laugh about it. He's cool about it. He's like, whatever. He's like, I know my friends have seen you, but I just kind of stay away. Like I don't go near the campus. Or I did go to his graduation, but I, kind of just showed up and left. I don't really linger around his friends or his people right now, just out of respect. He's a straight A student. He's getting a full ride scholarship. So that's a fun little experience. So that's why I'm a little jealous of the whole college experience, but I don't know. I probably still expect more of myself. Like I could have done it. I had extremely high GPA. I look back being 40, gonna be 40, and I do wish I could have done things a little bit differently. And that's what sucks. Just having a couple regrets. I don't have many regrets because I've lived life pretty wildly. But I do have regrets when it's coming to having a normal life. Just kind of maybe missing out on doing things like maybe college or different things like that. I'm sitting here watching my son go to college and it's just like, wow, I got to miss out on all that. So.